Okay, so we're going to do a very quick video today on passive ways to get clients. And we're doing passive ways because, again, if you're watching this is selling for the rest of us. I have to believe that you are not an aggressive go-getter, or you don't feel good about being aggressive. I don't want to jump to the conclusion that you can never be aggressive, but maybe that's just not your style. And so you want some more passive ways of income, of getting salespeople, of getting sales, sorry. So number one, let me state this fact for you that I will probably say in many, many other videos to follow. The fastest path to cash, and I have to assume that your big goal here is cash. The fastest path to cash is people. And if you haven't figured that out yet, well, wake up, because that's it. The fastest path is people. You need people to buy whatever it is that you are selling so that you can get to your goal of that, however many hundreds of thousands you want to make in a year. And if you're not constantly getting in front of people in the networking world or in the party world, telling them what you're doing, if you're uncomfortable by that, if something makes you feel icky about that, then here are some passive things that you can do. And look, these are things that you have to do consistently and constantly over time. They're not going to just give you instant results. So number one, very old fashioned, but paper business cards. And when I mean that this is passive, I mean you leave these business cards everywhere you go. If you're not a social butterfly and you don't go to a bunch of networking events, then every time you go to the coffee shop, if you feel uncomfortable handing that card to someone, leave it on the table. Leave it with the barista. Um, Leave it with the valet. Wherever you go, hand out a card. It's all about getting in front of people. And you're going to waste a lot of cards, but cards are cheap, they're inexpensive. And again, it is a very passive, less icky way. I would also suggest that you ramp up your card, and I was going to show you an example, but I don't have one at this office. One thing that I really like to do is I like to get packs of extra gum and put little stickers on them. And the sticker is my business card, and the sticker simply says the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is a little something extra. And then they kind of keep it, they hold on to it, it doesn't end up in the trash because they want that pack of gum, and there's a sticker on the pack so they kind of see it all the time. So you can do that. You can be a little more selective about where you leave it. I mean, maybe waiters don't need your service. I'm not sure what you're selling, so you may not want to leave it at the table for waiters. But if you're hanging out at your local coffee shop, here's the thing, a lot of us do that. A lot of us will go work at a coffee shop, we'll put up our little laptop, and we're sitting in our own world. There are people in that coffee shop. There are doctors, there are lawyers, there are lawn taker carers. I know that's not the proper word. But there are people from everywhere that do everything that walk into that shop. And it would not interrupt your work to just have a little sign up that says, pharmaceutical rep on duty, ask a question. Realtor on duty, ask a question. And have some little business cards or little grab things that people can just passively grab. Again, people. People is the key. And the next very old-fashioned idea that I want to share with you, because again, I'm trying to keep all these videos short. The next very old-fashioned idea that I want to share with you, but that really works, believe it or not, is mailers. So the first thing that I do every morning when I get to work is I go through my email and I delete. I just kind of look at the subject, who it's from. I get so many emails from the same people sending me crap, basically. I just delete, 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 delete. I don't even open it. Sometimes I look at the subject. If it's something that I think I might need or want, maybe I'll glance at it. But for the most part, delete, delete, delete. I'm not even glancing. I'm not looking. I don't know what it's about. And that's probably true for the majority of us. The thing is if you do targeted mailers, believe it or not, that works. Because yes, it's just like email, they can throw it away, but they have to touch it, they have to feel it, they have to see it. before they throw it away. And so I recommend postcards, not something that has to be opened. It's very easy to just get a postcard. Do not just take this from me. It has worked phenomenally in my business, but I have attorney friends that only advertise by sending out letters to the arrest reports from the night before, and his entire business is based on that. No other attorney in his area are doing that because they're focused on modern day technology and commercials and everything else. And he is extremely successful. I know a gentleman that is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, that does classes for the contractors. I'm a licensed contractor, so that's how I'm familiar with him. And he teaches the classes for people to get their license. And when people sign up for the test, he gets the addresses and he sends them mailers, and that is his only source of advertisement. And he is also very successful. Don't underestimate things that used to work, and never underestimate things that are tangible, that you can touch and feel. The reason, and some of you may not even know this, some realtors may not know this, that we encourage flyers at an open house and not just a barcode that you scan, is because there is something internal that people feel and get when they touch something, when they have a flyer in their hand. Even people that are extremely into technology, it is a different connection when you feel it and touch it. So don't leave those things out. Don't forget about those things. And just real quick, we're about to the limit that I promised that I would stay at. If you're going to do social media, any kind of social media, be very, very consistent about it. It is a great way to be in front of a bunch of people, but also dilute your content. Not every single post should be professional, because people will gradually stop looking, stop liking, and then you won't show up in their feed. So every once in a while, throw something in that's a little entertaining or just personal enough to make them like it, so that you are constantly staying in their feed. Okay, so that's it for today, and I hope it was helpful.